Okay, so let's just talk about sales funnels and what we mean when we talk about sales funnels. So this is an actual sales funnel I use on one of my e-commerce websites. Um, so I keep it on a spreadsheet so I can, I can populate the numbers, etc. So I want you to think of this as the top of the funnel, where we fill it with visitors from, in my particular case, it's Facebook. So I drive Facebook advertising traffic, and I drive them into the top of the funnel, and they come through the funnel, and they'll come out to the bottom end here. So this is the funnel. On the right hand side here, I want you to think of these as leakage. So I want you to think of this as a bucket and it's leaking. And I want you to think of this as a refill where we've got some of the leakage and brought it back and filled it in. So let's talk about what we mean by a sales funnel. So we've driven traffic here from Facebook. This is actually for a product that's sold for about 15 UK pounds. It's actually dollars in America, but let's just say it's £15. So some people will see this advert for the first time and on impulse buy it there and then. So even though they're cold traffic, you can see that some people have purchased straight away, and in fact it actually runs at just over 6%. So 6% of the people that have landed on the website, they see the product and they go ahead and make the purchase. But in this particular case, what I want you to notice is the figures. So we've had 3,200 people, new visitors. That's people have seen the advert, arrived here onto the product page for the first time. But we've also had retargeted. So in other words, when people have leaked out, so you can see here what I'm saying is I've had a total of 3,339 visitors. So that's new people from Facebook, plus people we've retargeted to. So when they've left, when they've leaked out through here, we've actually brought them back using retargeting banners and got them back to our website by showing them a different product, a carousel of products. It could be a special offer. There's loads of different ways that you do the retargeting. But what I want you to understand is 3,204 new visitors, and these are retargeted people. We brought back 195 of them. So we had a total of 3,399 visitors, but we can see 6% converted. Sorry, 16% actually went through the funnel, and the other 83% were lost. And again, we retarget and try and get them back. So they've landed on the website, and now they take an action. Now, if you're a service industry, they could be filling a form, it could be anything, but this is a product site. So what we've seen now is out of these 3,399 people, 15% of them, 485, actually added products to their cart. One product, multiple products, but they added products to their cart. And again, what happened was, of those 485, 431 actually abandoned the cart, didn't go ahead and complete the purchase. But again, we retarget these people, so this is the leakage, but we retarget them and we bring them back and start putting them back into the funnel again, but at the midpoint, because they've already seen the product page, they've already added stuff to the cart. And what we do then is we're saying, hang on, you've left us, you forgot to complete your purchase, hang on a minute, come on back. So we actually had a total of 547 people adding to the cart. So this is called warm traffic. And then you come down here, how many people actually completed the checkout? Well, 306 people actually completed the checkout, of which the leakage here is 18 people had a payment error, and 77 people either couldn't go ahead with the payment, etc. Now that's all to do with the banking system in the States, because there's certain banks, once they realise I'm a UK company, they won't process the payment, and so I know that's where those errors are coming from. But just understand the fact that warm people added to the cart. I now call this hot traffic because look, they completed the checkout. The fact that their card was declined is not their fault or my fault, and I tried to capture them in different ways. So I call this hot traffic. So in total, I ended up with 206 new visitor sales, 13 retargeted sales. So this is people who were visitors at the top of the funnel, So people that had leaked out through here, I've brought them back in, and they've gone all the way through the funnel and eventually purchased. So I had 13 of those, and I had 10 people who actually leaked out here when they were adding to the cart. I've retargeted them, they've come back into the funnel at this level, come down, completed, and ended up with 229 sales. And as you can see down here where I'm showing the losses, you can see that as cold traffic becomes warm traffic and becomes hot traffic, the losses get less and less. So cold traffic, just 83% to 84% loss, then or call it bleeding out and trying to get it back in. Then your warm traffic, only 12% is bled out here, and then when you get down here, only 2% is bled out. So all the way through, depending on where they are in your funnel, you'll find they get warmer and warmer, hotter and hotter, until they become your customer, your client, etc. Now this applies whether this had been a service or a product. What you're doing is, people hear cold traffic, that's like you putting a Google ad in front of someone, somebody's clicking onto your website the first time from a search engine, somebody's recommended you through a Facebook link. It could be anything. They don't know you, they don't know you personally, they don't know your company personally. They are cold traffic, and the whole idea with cold traffic is you retarget them to ensure that people that don't come down your funnel and want to make those inquiries and find out more about you, that what you do is you remarket them, retarget them to bring them back to your website so they learn more about you. Now they're seeing you for a second time and a third time, and you keep doing that and you keep feeding them down your funnel. So this could be, they don't know you, we bring them back to a page, so we remarket them, but instead of putting them at the top of the funnel here, we send them to a landing page where they can now get something, a free ebook, a coupon, a white paper, could be anything. Now they've engaged with you and they're a bit warmer, they know a bit more about your brand, and then you can, some of those will go away. Now you can possibly, if you've got an email address because they filled in something on your landing page, now you could email them as well as retarget to them. There's lots of things you can do to get them warmer and warmer until they become hot enough that they want to make the phone call to get your service, or they want to go ahead, put stuff into their cart and actually buy off you. So this is what this is what is meant when we talk about a sales funnel. And every business, it doesn't matter how big you are, doesn't matter whether you're selling a service or a product, everybody needs a sales funnel. From going cold traffic all the way through to they're eventually ready to buy from you. So this is what we mean when we talk about sales funnels.